Hey team, we're up in the caravan again. New problem, this window leaks. Or does it? No, it doesn't. The water comes in here at the very, very top. You think, how is that the case? I've checked this window. The problem is outside the window, on the outside of the van, above the window. Let's go check it out. So, you might have a situation like this, where you're thinking, man, there's no way that window leaks. I put silicon, I checked the seal, the wind, you know, I've checked everything. It's all tight, nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it's not the window, it's what's above the window. And it looks like it's leaking because the water's going down in through here, in along the skin of the caravan and just getting into the seal of the inside of where the window is and making it look like it's the window's leaking. Okay? Hands down bet it's this. They've got the foam in here, and I can see from on top that this isn't quite pressed against the van. So we're going to take this off and have a bo peep. And I'm going to do this using a screwdriver. When I'm taking stuff off like this, I don't use the drill because sometimes these screws, they strip out, you know, blah, 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 blah. So we're just going to go steady, and we're going to take all these screws out, and one at a time, and just gently have a look at what's in behind this plate. And we're looking for signs of any of these screws that are rusted or, you know, water marks or what have you, that type of thing. So it's just a matter of going around taking all these screws off. And it's too neat that there's this is the vent from the range hood above the stove. Okay, so it's too neat that there's this is here. And that there's water leaking, but like the window is just like completely fine. Now, there may be some issue with the window I've overlooked, but I doubt it, okay? So, once we get all these screws off, we can have a look. So, like I said, gently, not with the drill at the moment, because you just, you know, you got to be kind to your van, you just be nice and gentle. Okay, here we go. You gently prise this off the caravan. So this is what I reckon's happening. I can see a bit of, that's had water. I can see the water damage there. Alright. Water's going along this track here, down through these gaps. Look at that gap. It's getting to here and going straight down, spilling over and going straight down in the van. So we're going to clean this up. I'm going to leave it exactly as it is, come back with some silicone and see if that solves the issue. All right. I'm not seeing anything wrong with the vent, you know, but I reckon that's most likely the main issue. Okay, we've got our trusty friend the silicone here. This is a product called Shelly Storm Sealant with a Sil X advanced polymer. You can just about put this stuff on underwater. It's wild. Okay, highly recommend it. So we're just going to get crazy. What I'll do first is I'll just make sure there's some around these holes here. Just, you know, not going crazy. Just so when the screw winds in, it's got something to take in with it. And now we're going to do a silicone bead all along here, all along there, getting in the gaps. You know, you kind of just got to judge what's enough, but you know, you can always wipe it off. Not a big deal. And getting that big gap there that was causing most of the problem. All the way along the top here with a decent amount. Filling that gap, there we go, okay. That looks to be pretty good. Okay, that looks to be pretty good, okay. Not overthinking it, just doing this as a test, making sure it's up the right way. In the right spot, up the right way. Press that onto the van. Now I'm using a drill just for the first bit to make our wash go a bit quicker. But I'm not going to lean up on the screws with the drill. The little aluminium frame can't take it. That's great if you're doing that. Few threads out. Right, I'm hitting the holes I'm supposed to, just gently winding these in. Beautiful. That hole there, beautiful. Now, we're just gently leaning up on these screws, looking for the silicone to just protrude out. Nice. That's beautiful. Just ever so gently. You know, the silicone's going to do most of the work. That screw's not doing much. Just as I'm leaning up on these screws, I'm just watching the silicone just take out the sides. That's great. Now, what I will do as an added bonus for this, wipe some of that off, is I'm going to go along the top. Oh, start afresh. I'm just going to go along the top with a nice little bead. Then I'm going to come around the corner, down the sides, just to really sell this and fill it up. Because these little things, these are these like gaps in the side, which always kind of bother me. So there I go, just filling up those gaps. Now with a clean finger, along the top I go, down the side. There we go. Get rid of that. Beautiful. Now, as a little added bonus, what I'm going to do is just put a dot of silicone around each screw, because you'd be surprised once the water finds its little way, in underneath these screw heads, it can be just as bad. One of these screw heads will just rattle out a little bit, and it'll just be a water pass straight into your van. You know, you're never going to get this perfect, you know, if you just got to keep trying these little fixes, you know. Got a bit wild there, scrape him off. So I'm just gently pushing this in around each screw head. A bit wild there also. Just want to put a little bit more up in the top corner here that I missed. Beautiful. You're looking good. A couple of metres away, you wouldn't even know it's there. And I would hazard a bet that's what's happening to this window. This window leaks. Or does it?